And now, without further delay, I'd like to introduce Organic Consumers Association International Director and Co-founder, Ronnie Cummins.
Well, good evening, and thank you for coming on this call. I don't think I have to remind anyone that we have a severe crisis in this country. It's not just a crisis of Monsanto and genetic engineering and industrial agriculture out of control. We have a full-blown public health crisis, food crisis, climate crisis, and of course a political crisis. But the good news is that we in the Organic Consumers Association also have a solution to this crisis, we believe. We like to use the terminology regeneration. If you've been reading our newsletter, you've seen that we're talking about regeneration of the soils of our food and farming system. We're talking about regenerating our health, regenerating the power of our grassroots movement, both in the marketplace and in the political arena. And we need to make our voices loud and clear. So tonight what we're going to talk about is how we can bring the food, natural health, climate, and Bernie movements, the Bernie Sanders movement, the 13 million people who voted for Bernie Sanders, the 13 million people who donated $230 million to his presidential campaign. Of course, if Bernie Sanders were in the White House right now, we'd be having a different conversation because Bernie was quite vocal about supporting not only GMO labeling, but factory farms and organics. But this movement that we have been part of for the last 18 years, the Organic Consumers Movement, we are at a point in history where we've got to unite with other forces. I mean, we saw last August when they ran through the DARK Act, taking away the right of consumers to know whether their food's genetically engineered or not, taking away the right of Vermont to implement the law that they had passed. I mean, it didn't matter that 90% of us across the country supported this. Congress basically slapped us in the face along with the big corporations. So we got to create a more powerful force, not only in the marketplace where we have a lot of experience with our consumer education, our boycotts, our pressure on companies, but also this is what we now call the consumer revolution. But we also have to join forces with other groups. We all face the same thing. We're not strong enough alone to accomplish our objectives. I mean, the Standing Rock struggle, for example, we thought we had won at the end of last year. Now they're going to go ahead and build that pipeline. So unless we can bring the food movement, the natural health movement, the environmental and climate movement together with the Bernie troops, the people who voted for Bernie Sanders, it's going to be very difficult for us to exert our power, not only in the marketplace, but in the political arena, what we're calling the political revolution. And I believe that if we unite our forces, raise our voices with a positive message, a solution, a regenerative solution, we can make a lot of headway right here in 2017.